Hey guys, welcome back to Cindy Roberts Vocal Studio. Today I want to just talk to you for a few minutes about something very near and dear to my heart, warming up. Here's why warming up is critical. You've got to stretch things out, you've got to loosen things up before you really start to work hard with your voice, or you risk injury, you risk getting overtired, and you don't want any of those things. You want to feel free, you want to feel balanced, you want to feel open. And in order to do that, you have to warm up. So, first things first, when you warm up, you want to be very balanced in your approach. You want to spend time with the breathing that we talked about in the last video. Take some deep, open, wide breaths, and then control the flow out for a very nice long time, as long as you can, pulling your belly button into your back, squeezing your thighs and your glutes so that you've got a great foundation for that breath. And then the next thing you want to work on is your placement. I like to use hums and lip trills for this. If you don't know what lip trills are, I'll show you in a minute. But hums and lip trills, anything that helps you place your voice in the place that you want it to be. If you're doing a belty song, a chesty song, and by chesty I mean singing in your chest voice, if you want that kind of sound, then you've got to know where that placement is and how it feels to do it correctly. If you need to be able to use your mix, which is between your head and your chest voice, you also need to know what that feels like, and you need to warm that spot up so that your voice is easy when it goes there. And then of course for your head voice, you want to warm that up really well. I always warm up about a third higher than I know I'm going to have to sing for that day. I like to warm up not too low because my low register doesn't take as long to warm up and it doesn't get tired as easily. But when you warm up high, think about the highest note you're going to sing for that day and maybe go 2 or 3 notes above that. That's my advice. The next thing you want to work on is your flexibility. Do some runs. Doesn't matter what style of music you're doing, they all have runs, they all have tricks, ornaments. If you're singing classical music, it's the same thing as tricks or licks, whatever you want to call them. But every style of music has some of those things. And in order to do them easily, you've got to have a flexible voice. So those are the things that your warm-ups should cover: breath, placement, range, and flexibility. Now, what if you have to warm up in a hurry? What are you going to do? Well, one thing you can do is what I like to call lip trills, and here's how they go. I usually go 5 notes down and then up a half step. Keep those shoulders pulling out, keep that little sternum bone pulling up. It looks funny until you get used to doing it. It feels funny, but boy, it's the best thing for warming up your voice gently and thoroughly. The other thing I like to do for a quick warm up are some hums. You can use M or N, but keep your teeth in the back separated. You want to have space. Start kind of low where it feels good and go as high as you can comfortably go without straining. You never strain in your warm-up. You just stretch out a little bit more each time you do it. Then, another thing for range, if I've got to warm up really quickly, I've gotten a last-minute call for a session and I've got to be there in an hour, we'll do these warm-ups very quickly. Sirens on all vowels. Notice the higher you go, it doesn't matter the vowel, the higher you go, the taller you open. So, stretch out your range, get your breath going. The important thing is to build a daily routine and do it every day. Before you sing, even if you're not singing that day, go ahead and do your warm-up routine. It shouldn't take more than 15 or 20 minutes, and your voice is going to grow by leaps and bounds. You're going to have stamina that you never realized you could have, and it's going to feel good to sing. And it should feel good. Singing is fun. So, that's my tip for today. See ya.